Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video tutorial. This will be the fourth part in discussing pawn openings and their dubious positions. Again, I would like to express my thanks to Master Wenqing and Grandmaster Zhang for allowing me to use the material to make this board. Now, in my opinion, this board is especially important because it will explain why the traditional ways of playing the Thundering Cannon defense is not viable. And there are many good tactical combinations that can be learned from this board. So without further ado, let us begin. Pawn opening, Thundering defense, red goes for c2 equals to 5, and this move would be the traditional way of playing the opening. Nowadays e3 plus 5 or e7 plus 5 is played. Now on the surface it will appear to be okay because black would now be attacking or protecting the central pawn with this horse. However, one major thing to consider is because black had played c2 equals to 3, the possibility of playing the screen horse defense would now have disappeared, and only one horse would be protecting the central cannon, thus allowing red many chances to attack the central file. Now with e3 plus 5 or e7 plus 5, black could actually give up the central pawn if need be and construct a very formidable defense whereby he would have many chances to form a counter attack. So red would go with h2 plus 3, and black would play r9 equals to 8. Again, this would appear to be a normal thing or a habitual thing to do because the cannon and the chariot would now be in the same file, and black would always play c8 plus 4. Now this move can be considered to be black's anticipation of red playing r1 equals to 2, because if r1 equals to 2, black would play c8 plus 4. Also, black would think that he would have, with this cannon over here, if red pushed the horse forward, h8 plus 7, to develop it as a proper horse, he could always play p3 plus 1 and threaten to gain material. So these were the assumptions that black would have in this situation, and it would appear to be okay to make these moves. However, this could not be, nothing could be further from the truth. A better move for black would be to play p3 plus 1 to attack immediately. So let's say r1 equals to 2, black would push the pawn across the river, threaten the elephant, forcing red to move away, and then protect his cannon. Let's say red tried to play r2 plus 4 to dislodge the pawn. Black will be more than ready to sacrifice it by playing c3 minus 1. If red captured, black would play h2 plus 3 for the screen horse defense and immediately gain a huge advantage. So that is why p3 plus 1 is a better move than playing r9 equals to 8. And since black had played r9 equals to 8, if red played r1 equals to 2, a blockade would happen. So red would actually jump the gun and play h8 plus 7. Now this is a very nice, brilliant move where red would be on the be prepared to deal the first blow, and black continued with his original line of thinking and played p3 plus 1. Unfortunately, this would be a very bad move. The repercussions and consequences of this attack would be far and deep. A better play at this point in time would be e3 plus 5, although the horse would be allowed to move the riverbank, but at least black would be able to play this move and still and be able to defend as need be. But with p3 plus 1, red would sacrifice the pawn, charge the horse to the riverbank, and then play h6 plus 4. Now this would be the position of discussion. Now before we continue, let's say what would happen if red chose to play h6 plus 5. Now this would not be a good idea because black can counter with e3 plus 5 and refuse to trade. So if now red would be thrust in a dilemma instead, because he would have used up 1, 2, 3 moves, and now he will have to use another move to decide which piece he would like to trade for. So red will fall behind in the development of the pieces, and black can be happy with this situation. So that is why it will be better for red to attack with h6 plus 4. Now, as mentioned earlier, this will be the position of discussion. Two main variations are discussed. The first will be e7 plus 5. The second will be e3 plus 5. Now let us go to variation A, whereby e7 plus 5 is plain. Now, moving either elephant would allow the cannon to protect the horse. But because red had used up 2 moves to move the pawn, red will now start to attack his deployment rank. Now this is a very beautiful and deadly blow, because it will strike black where his Achilles heel was. As can be seen, black's right flank was still not yet developed, and with this move, red had shown that he will be prepared to form a blockade. So r8 equals 7 to protect the horse. Otherwise, 2-piece red will gain material. r1 equals to 2, threaten the cannon. p7 plus 1, offering a trade of material. But red would have none of it. Instead, he would play h4 plus 6, threatening to go for the elbow horse checkmate. r1 plus 1. Now this is the best counter that black can offer in this situation. If he tried to block the horse, red would capture material, deliver a check, retreat, offering the chariot a sacrifice, and black can only make this move. If he played c4 equals to 8, red can play h6 plus 7 to capture the black chariot, and this will be a trade of material. But in terms of development of pieces, the pressure that red would have on this flank will be tremendous, and red would have a winning position. Let's say, for example, capture, or red could also play r9 equals to as possible moves. So r6 plus 4, trading material, and red will now threaten to capture threaten to checkmate. The chariot cannot move simply. So that is why c3 equals to 4 is not a good idea. And black's best counter would be to play r1 plus 1 to prevent the elbow horse. And red would now play r9 equals to 8, which is a sound move. If he was in a hurry to capture material, black would gain back lost material with this discovered attack. The cannon will now be threatening the chariot, and the horse will now be threatening the red horse, and later on the cannon. So r1 equals to 4. The pawn is captured. c equals to 9. e7 plus 9, a very good prophylactic measure against the threat of the cannon. And now, temporarily speaking, black would not have any immediate targets to attack, and it will be red can go full steam ahead. h2 plus 1, p5 plus 1. Now, at this point in time, red would have formed an encirclement on all the black pieces. He could be prepared to play p5 plus 1 followed by h7 plus 5, sorry, and this would be an all-out attack. Black will be in all sorts of trouble. So variation A, e7 plus 5 would not be feasible. And what about variation B, e3 plus 5? With e3 plus 5, black would get the extra opportunity to play r1 equals to 3 to defend the elbow horse against the elbow horse in this manner. So c8 plus 5, red still goes with the same attack. still goes for the same attack, threatening black's cannon rank. And black would now play h2 plus 4. Now it is obvious that black cannot play h7 plus 5, otherwise the central horse would pose bigger problems later on, even though red would not be able to gain material. Red would sacrifice the cannon and now threaten to checkmate. Black would lose very rapidly. Because this would be a checkmate, so the only viable move for black would be to play. The only viable move would be for black to play h7 plus 6, but this would be a check, and black would lose the chariot and the game. There will be 2 chariots still on red side, only 1 chariot left, and the elephants are gone. The poor positioning of this horse would mean that it would just be a matter of time before black lost. So h7 plus 5 is not a good idea. h2 plus 4 to give up the horse is better. So red will gain material. Black plays RA plus 1, CA plus 1. Red is relentless in its attack, and black plays h4 plus 6. Unfortunately, this would result in a check. If the advisor moved, the chariot will be lost. So that is why black can only play e5 plus 3. And after some nifty maneuvering, red would retreat his cannon a little bit. Black tries to dislodge the pesky headhunter cannon, and red will play c8 equals to 5 because the horse was delivering a fork. And knight equals to 7, protecting the central cannon and counter-sacrificing h7 plus 1. And red will gain a very powerful headhunter cannon. He will be able to develop the chariot very quickly, and red will enjoy a tremendous advantage. Now this would mark the end of variation B. Now let's backtrack a little bit. If h4 plus 6 were played, black cannot play a4 plus 5, otherwise the horse will capture the central pawn. Again, if the horse moved, the chariot will be lost. Red will be set to gain material. If h4 plus 2, a check. Again, the advisor cannot be moved or the chariot will be lost. And black will still lose the chariot in this manner because this would be a check. This would be a check. So either way, if black moved the elephant or simply captured the horse, red would win. So this brings us to the end of variation B. Now let us review the board from the eyes of black. Pawn, thundering cannon, c2 equals to 5, and traditional way of h8 plus 7, h2 plus 3, r9 equals to 8. Now this is not a compact move again because it will not take into consideration c2 equals to 3. Better move, p3 plus 1, whereby black will still have a formidable defense. H8 plus 7, red bites the bullet and moves the horse, develops the horse. p3 plus 1, imprudent. e3 plus 5 is recommended, whereby black will still have a fighting chance. h7 plus 6, capturing and black would attack the horse in this manner instead of capturing the central pawn. This will also be the position of discussion. Variation A, e7 plus 5, c8 plus 5. The red's attack on the cannon rank is relentless, protecting the horse, offering a trade which red would obviously refuse because he has this edge horse to go for. Black can only try to defend in this manner because c3 equals to 4 would be horrible, and if c4 equals to 8, and red would have a very powerful attack going on, threatening to checkmate should the should the chariot leave its current defense. R9 equals to 8. If R2 plus 7 is 7 plus 6. Red will be able to, black will be able to gain back lost material. R1 equals to 4. And red will be attacking, his attack on the central file will be fast and furious. Variation B, E3 plus 5. Again, the threat of an elbow horse has not been negated. Red again attacks with C8 plus 5. Black tries to salvage his situation with H2 plus 4. Of course, retreating the horse is not viable because black will capture the elephant and be prepared to checkmate. Black is forced to defend against this checkmate, but he will lose his chariot. H4 plus 3. Attack. H4 plus 6. A4 plus 5, not viable because the horse will now have moved to safety. H4 plus 2, check. If moving the advisor would mean losing the chariot. Even so, black could sacrifice or offer his horse to trade for the chariot, and again red would have a winning position. C5 plus 4. Retreating the horse would appear to be nimble, attacking both cannons at this time, but black would have nothing to fear. He would simply retreat his cannon. If black captured, red will counter capture the horse with his horse, etc. And there will be many things that red can do later on. 8 goes to 7. Red offers the horse instead, and black will gain a very, very powerful headhunter cannon at this point in time. So I hope you've enjoyed this short video. If you like the work I've been doing, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.